In an era where economic power shifts faster than TikTok trends, imagine an island nation seemingly insignificant that once amassed so much wealth it basically held the global economy hostage. Imagine a tiny island, barely a speck on the map, that didn't conquer with armies, but with pure, unimaginable wealth. How did a small landmass achieve such unprecedented global financial power, shaking the foundations of empires and reshaping the world's economy? Prepare to be astonished by a true story of audacious ambition and incredible fortune that redefined what an island could be. They say no empire lasts forever. But what if one did and no one noticed? What if the greatest empire the world has ever known didn't conquer with guns or ships, but with balance sheets, interest rates, and quiet signatures on contracts most people never read? An empire with no flag, no borders, and yet, it owns almost everything you see. This is the story of the island that bought the world. A tiny patch of land that learned to turn paper into power, and power into ownership. Because sometimes the strongest empire is the one that hides inside your bank account. The myth of size: how can an island rule the world? At first glance it makes no sense. How can something so small, surrounded by water, with limited land and almost no natural resources, come to control the fates of nations thousands of times its size? The answer lies in something invisible: trust. Long before missiles or microchips, empires were built on belief. Belief that your money was worth something, that your debt could be repaid, that your promise meant power. And no one understood that better than a string of small islands. From the misty harbors of London, to the neon lights of Tokyo, to the steel towers of Singapore and Manhattan. But this story begins with one island in particular: Britain, the island that wrote the rules of global finance. Origins: the birth of the financial empire. Britain was never meant to rule the world. It was cold, damp, and perpetually broke. But in 1694, a small group of merchants gathered in a dimly lit room and made a proposal that would change history. They offered to lend money to the king. Not gold but credit. In return they demanded something radical: the right to create money backed by that debt. That institution became the Bank of England, and the world's first true central bank was born. From that moment, Britain discovered something extraordinary. You didn't need to conquer land to gain power. You just needed to control the system everyone used to measure it: the alchemy of debt. Debt became the new weapon of empire. When Britain needed ships, it borrowed. When it needed colonies, it borrowed.